Welcome and good evening, my friends. My name is Nicole Spirit, and I'm here to bring you a beautiful bedtime before sleep practice. I thought it would be nice to just light some candles, to actually do this class in the evening time, and just give us a little place to unwind and let go from our day. Depending on what you've been up to today, this might be what you do right before bed, or you do this class in the evening. So we're gonna start our class today seated, and I took a blanket and I folded it up and I'm sitting on a blanket. So this class will be really good if you have a blanket. If not, that's okay. I just thought I'd add something that you can maybe lift up your hips. And then at the end, when we do a little meditation, you can cover yourself with a blanket. So let's go ahead and start our class in Sukhasana, easy pose. That means easy for you. So I put on my Schlafanzug, my pajamas. That's the German word for pajamas. And if you want to get comfortable and super cozy before your class, then put on the most wonderful outfit you could possibly muster at this time. So we're going to be in easy pose. Let's just take Chin or Gyan Mudra, the thumb and the index finger together. And we're just going to do a couple of pranayama exercises or breath control exercises just to slow everything down, depending on what's been going on with our day. No matter what's happening right now, let's just find our breath. I love the reminder that our breathing technique is our energetic signature. So there's a saying that we have a set amount of breaths in life, and that if we take a long, smooth breath, we create a long, smooth life. So we're gonna set an intention to take a 7-count inhale. Maybe you light up each of your chakras or energy centers as you go. At the top of the inhale, just pause at your crown or corona chakra for a moment. Connect with the divine if you haven't already today. Exhale breath, 7 counts on the way out. I brought my beautiful citrine crystal from Gem Finders. It has a Buddha in the middle meditating. Finding that nice long smooth breath, and maybe you've closed your eyes already. You can turn your gaze inwards, maybe at the third eye, which is your all-knowing, all-seeing eye in the middle of your head, Ajna Chakra. Keep that nice long smooth 7-count inhale and exhale going, and make any adjustments if you need to. If you need to stretch one leg out or the other, or it doesn't feel good sitting on something, just seated on your mat, make your own adjustments. Let's do one more full breath, inhaling 7 counts. Take yourself out past the crown of your head and plug into some celestial body like the sun or the moon or the Pleiades or some favorite constellation. Your big exhale breath, go back through your 7 chakras, go all the way out the base of the spine, and just make an invisible connection to the center of the earth, almost like you've got an electrical cord invisible and you've plugged into earth. And on your next inhale, it's like you bring up energy right from the center of the earth, this support, this love, this enjoyment that you are here as a human right into your heart. Let's do one more big breath like that. Go out the top of the head, big 7 counts on inhale, pause for a moment at the sun, thank the sun. Know that vitamin D is so important for your immune system, vitamin sunshine, also vitamin O, vitamin oxygen. Your exhale breath going back down and using your intention to go all the way to center of this beautiful planet. Say thank you for inviting me, and then we'll come back up to our heart. Good, and no matter how you feel today, let's just set an intention that we're gonna have a really lovely sleep. We're gonna use this practice to let go. And my reminder from my Buddhist teacher, Zopa, that we all think stupid thoughts. And maybe tomorrow we'll think less stupid thoughts than today. So it's all good. Forgive yourself for anything that you're not totally happy with. Let that stuff go. And then we're gonna just find a nice smooth breathing pattern. Hands are gonna float onto the knees, palms down, pardon me. And then let's just just do a few spinal circles. Pardon me, excuse me. Let's bring the chest to the right knee. Inhale across the body to the left and exhale back around. Get really into it. Start to wake up some of your spirit energy. Let your angels take over when you sleep. And if you need extra help, you can ask. You can ask for your sleep time to be resting and repairing and rejuvenating. Last 2 circles, and then we're going to come back up to a nice tall spine. Good. Pause for a moment. See how you feel. Awaken that dragon, that serpent energy at the base of the spine. This time we inhale from left knee to right, and then exhale back around. And this should feel really good. Remember, it's like you're giving yourself a massage, and maybe you didn't get one today. Maybe it's been a while. So we want to actually internally massage our Buddha nature, our awakened, enlightened being. It doesn't just happen like that. We have to work at it a little bit every day. They say we get a drip during the day and a drip during the night. Last 2 circles. Maybe you start to soften and smile on your face and even just melt it down into the body a bit. Gently come back to a nice tall spine. Bring your fingers in towards your heart. Press into the middle of your sternum, your Tarzan point, and think about something joyful. Think about something that makes you happy. At this moment, I'm so happy that my puppy is upstairs sleeping so I can film an uninterrupted video. Take a moment, think about something fun or funny, something that gives you joy, and maybe it's a secret that you have between the universe. Last breath, CV17, conception vessel 17, which helps emit unconditional love from our heart just by smiling and thinking about it. Good. Let's relax the hands. My favorite thing to do is just bring the arms up overhead. So if you need to, you can stretch out one leg. Maybe you need that little release now. I sure do. Maybe you want to stretch out the other leg, or even leave both legs out in front. So we're going to do our ha breath, the second part of the word aloha. Big inhale, bring the arms up. Look up to your third eye, and exhale and float down. I always remember that aloha spirit reminds me of the words that make me happy, like love and kindness, humility. Last 2. Perseverance. Oneness, one love. Good, and then we're going to come back to our arms by our sides. Let's do something to release that text neck. If you're ready, bring the legs back in. And we're just going to simply drop our chin to our chest. Then we're going to gently bring our right ear to the right shoulder. Just send your shoulders down. Gently tip the head back. Go really nice and mindfully here. And then exhale, next breath, you're going to bring your left ear to the left shoulder. Keep going with the inhale, bring your chin to your chest. Try to bring the shoulders up, down, and back. Then let's go slowly the other way. Over to the left. Just to avoid doing a big, silly neck circle, you want to be super mindful, and maybe there's a good place to just pause and hang out. Press that tsubo or acupressure point from the inside out. Last one, come to center. Good. We've been on our seat a good long time, so let's come off of that now. I want this to be a super beautiful, fun practice. So what you can do now, if you have a blanket, is just place it where you are going to have your buns. Good, and then we're going to lower down to the floor, and you're going to have this little bit of a lift with your blanket underneath your sitting bones. And if you don't have a blanket, that's totally fine. You're just in this little bridge pose here, variation almost in bridge. So let's go into bridge now, because that's going to drain this amazing energy into our neck and throat, which helps rejuvenate us. It helps us find our metabolism. So arms are firmly on the ground. Let's lift the pelvis and hips up and away from the mat or from the blanket, wherever we are, and then arrive in a nice comfortable position. Maybe you take your hands under your hips. Maybe you gently bring your hips and, or pardon me, your shoulders and elbow blade, your elbows and your shoulder blades together. And then just breathe. Find this place where it feels really nice.
And then if you want to change up the arms, you can always lower the arms to the ground. A really good variation is to clasp your hands underneath you. And then yet another is to gently, gently lift your arms so that your fingers are pointing up to the sky. This puts a nice pressure on the back of the neck and shoulders, helping relieve some of that text neck phenomena. Good. Next breath, wherever you are, lower your arms and start to release on the exhale. Sink your hips back down. Good. And arrive with your sacrum, your sacred bone flat on the mat. Chin is a little bit tucked, and find your breath. See how you're feeling. Notice your day. Nowhere to go and nothing to do, and we just get to lie here and really unwind. We want to purify our 5 elements, which keeps us young and rejuvenated. So that was partially why I lit the candles, so we could have the fire element. You might even visualize your fire element now being rejuvenated. Good. Keep your breath going. Keep your inner Buddha nature, your smiling, happy self resonating throughout your class. And let's do a nice little core activation. You're like, what did she say? It's not to, the main thing is just to release any stored tension in that fiery middle. So we're going to raise up our legs as much as is comfortable. And on the inhale breath, we're going to float the feet down towards the floor, get to a place that feels good, and then exhale and draw back up. Your knees are really bent. Keep your chin tucked towards your chest and just smile. And notice when it becomes difficult to raise the legs. That's exactly the part that you want to kind of burn away and release and just get that inner fire activated so you don't just burn out. You know, think about whether you're a sparkler or a candle that burns at both ends. Let's do last 2. If this is more comfortable without the blanket, that's fine too, but there is a purpose. So at the end of this, lower your legs, let them hover, let them hover. Keep your breath going, and then good. Drop your feet to the floor. Now, gently lift off of your blanket. So lift the knees, lift the hips, place the blanket beside you. We're going to use it in a moment, and then send your legs out long. And I want you to just feel your body. How does that feel? Having that pressure released from the sacrum. This is bathing your spine and your brain with cerebral spinal fluid, creating your cranial sacral rhythm, which is your 3rd pulse of the body. Good. Keep your breath nice and smooth. We're going to lift up both arms up overhead. Keep your breath going. Oops. Don't light anything on fire by accident if you place your hand too close to the candle. Good. All right, so we're going to release the right side. Reach your right arm a little bit longer. Reach your right leg a little bit longer, like you're making space at the right hip socket. Good. If you want to go a little further in this variation, lift your left arm as well. Bring both your arms over to the left. I always say this is like you're making your body the shape of a banana. And if you want a little bit more, bring your left foot over to the side and your right leg as well. Last little variation. Lift up your right foot and cross at the ankles. Good. So you're opening up your yang side. You're finding freedom in the sunny side, the masculine side of your body. Let's take one more breath. Good. Then gently release your feet wherever they are. Bring them back to center. Bring your arms up to center. Gently release down. And we'll go to the right now. So again, take a moment. Lift as long as you can, or stretch as long as you can on the left. Wiggle your fingers and toes. On the left side, open up your shoulder, your hip socket, and then we want to lift the upper body over to the right. Maybe you hold on to your left wrist, and then take your legs and walk them over to the right side of your mat. And again, for extra variation, lift your left foot and cross at the ankles. That's if you just need a little bit more. Now gently just find that yin side of your body Breathe, smooth things out. The yin is the divine feminine. I always remind myself, the mystery, we can't know all the answers. And it's also considered the moon side of the body, so that consciousness of our moon going dark and bright again, and it's like we have those phases as well, as we know from the water and the tides and all that good stuff governed by the moon. Let's come back to center. Gently bring your arms back up. Release that left leg, bring your right leg over. Good, and then just gently bring your arms down by your sides. We're going to bring the knees in and up to the chest now. You can adjust your pajamas or whatever you're wearing, and we're just going to shake like a bug on its back. So remember that if you're shaking and you're smiling, it's very hard to hold on to stress. So this is a really good way. Shake out the cobwebs. I'm wearing a couple of my miracle bracelets, so I want to shake some miracles onto everybody and just remind you, thank you so much for your time and energy in coming today. So smiling, shaking, get into your wrists, get into your ankles, get into your elbows and knees a little bit. And then shake out the last little bit of tension in your shoulders and your hips. Good. And then you're going to smile, softly, gently release your arms and legs to the floor. And now this is something I hope you have a wall close by. And if you don't, that's okay. But if you do, we're going to take our blanket, we're going to place it as close to the wall as we can, and we're going to lift up our legs. So if you don't have a wall, you can do this anyways. Just raise up your legs and breathe. Now, this is a super good thing to do. You kind of sidle up to the wall, not quite touching, so you have a bit of room. True story, I had to move the plant so I could do this, and there was a wet spot there. It wasn't the wet spot you're thinking of, but anyways, let's lift up the legs. Thank you for this beautiful heart created by the tough, tiny welder. And we just want to let the flow of energy come back up the body. This relieves the kidneys and the bladder meridians, which are part of our energy of fear and anxiety. And instead we replace with charisma and willpower and vitality. Think of that yellow center of your body, your beautiful solar plexus chakra. It's my favorite one to say in Sanskrit, Manipura chakra. So I think of this beautiful golden lotus under the ribs. Think of your true energy center of your body where there's 78,000 nerves, and your kidneys are right underneath that. So we're glowing from the middle, we're relieving any tension in the body, and we're restoring some of our precious kidney and bladder chi, or jing. That's the stuff that you were actually born with. Last breath here. If your legs are just hovering in the air, good for you. It's super challenging, but you've done it. And this is the perfect way to release that flow and give your kidneys a beautiful little break. So wherever you are, find your breath. If you're against a wall, bend the knees. You can roll onto your side. Make sure you have room by your beautiful Arthurian lilies with the most beautiful red hearts, reminding us of unconditional love. And I want you to wiggle your way to the floor, to the mat. And now we're going to take our blanket and we're going to cover our body. You don't have to, but again, it's a really nice way to begin our meditation. And if you have had enough for your evening yoga, your wind down, you can chill out wherever you are, go to bed. If you want a little meditation, we'll gently arrive in Savasana. We'll cover ourselves with a blanket, or maybe even just a cover over the eyes. Wherever you are, let your feet and hands splay open to the sides. Find your nice, long, smooth breath. And you can follow the sounds of my voice or follow along with your own meditation. But we'll just do a gentle Yoga Nidra to shut down the the body's busy energy of the day and to go into a rest and repair, a parasympathetic nervous system while we sleep overnight. So just take a moment now. We're going to just use the breath to start to relax even more. We're going to find our long exhale breath. So that's where your inhale is to a count of 4, and your exhale is the count of 8. Find this nice pranayama technique. It's called Durga Rechak. In Sanskrit, it's the ancient language that yoga is based on, about 10,000 years old, perhaps older and even more amazing. So 4 counts on the inhale and exhale, long, smooth breath. And then I want you to gently scan your body. Start with your feet. Just gently imagine a magic flashlight from the sun and the moon and the earth floating up your whole body. Noticing any damaged DNA. And then the exhale breath, you gently just float your whole magic flashlight down the body and just do a beautiful little momentary scan. And then finding a nice smooth breath now. Follow along with your own breathing technique. The eyes are closed, and the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. Start to imagine now that there's a light shining on your feet, and it makes your feet feel warm. It makes them feel a little bit fuzzy. You might wiggle your toes, and then gently it just allows your feet to relax and to go to sleep. And whatever energy feels nice, maybe it's this liquid sunshine, this moonbeam of energy floating up your body. It's relaxing your body with each deep breath you take as this energy floats into your calves and into the knees. And you even feel this beautiful, purifying, healing energy. You feel it inside of your cells. It's like glowing sunshine and earth energy rejuvenating your cells up to 12 years while it gently just helps you fall asleep. Your knees relax, your feet splay open a little bit, your thighs start to melt with this beautiful, gentle, liquid sunshine. The deeper you breathe, the more calm you become. Your nervous system starts to repair and relax and rejuvenate. We change the spin of our brain to rejuvenating rather than aging. Gently floating this energy all around the top of the thighs, through the bones, up into the hips now, into the base of the spine, even into the muscles and tissues of your pelvis. All of the gluteal muscles, and then you gently feel this energy floating up and up your torso, very slowly bathing each organ. Perhaps you tell each organ that you love it. Thank you so much for functioning. Maybe you name your organs so that you can have a really beautiful, intimate relationship. I gently say hello to my liver. I smile into my kidneys. All of the organs get bathed with this rejuvenating light as they gently go to sleep. This beautiful energy travels up the spine, up this beautiful pranic tube of energy in your body, your subtle energy system. And it's now as though this beautiful energy is healing your heart, your lungs, all of your respiratory system. And you feel this energy from your heart floating through all of your body with your blood, with your beautiful circulation of your blood, as though there's a sunset in your heart. That's the most beautiful sunset you've ever seen. And then we float up higher and higher into the chest, into the shoulders, even down the arms, floating this beautiful, warming, healing light to your digits of your fingers, down the front side of the arms, up the back, and then we meet back at the neck and the shoulders. And this beautiful light heals your throat and neck, and even floats all the way up into your brain, into your bones of your skull, into your skin, into all of the tissues. There's this healing, rejuvenating light shining up your body, helping you find that relaxation and peace with your long, smooth breath. And then we'll gently let this energy even go out the top of the head, and we feel a connection with our crown chakra to something divine, something you can't explain. It could be a flower, it could be a star, it could be anything. Connect to something so mysterious and magical and wonderful that it just showers you with the most beautiful, kind rejuvenation and healing appreciation. It's as though now you're in a subtle shower of light from the stellar gateway chakra, as though a constellation that you resonate with is sending down energy of healing evermore, reminding you you're greatly loved and your birthright is bliss and joy. So continue breathing, gently finding that peace and solitude within your physical body, connecting to something mysterious and magical, and allowing you to experience powerful gratitude and joy. Visualize, imagine now having a wonderful sleep tonight. Imagine having a wonderful day tomorrow, and all of your 5 elements will be cleared and healed as you begin this process of 5-element purification, where you purify your air by just taking deep breaths. Enjoy your breathing, where you imagine your body being purified by doing yoga or qigong or anything where you appreciate your body. Your water element is purified by simply bathing, washing your face, appreciating the water and sending it back out into the water table. No rain, no rainbows. And then our last 2 elements, we have our fire element. May your fire element be pured and purified as you sleep. Maybe you light a candle and visualize a beautiful flame cleansing your aura every single day, even for as little as 1 minute. And then our last element that we purify is our spirit element. Take a few breaths. Think about how a river has a spirit, how a stone or crystal Lemurian, pure, uncarved, precious point has a spirit. Think about your spirit and ask for any healing you need now. Ask for a connection to your higher self, to your guardian angel. And then make a promise that you will do something childlike to live your child life tomorrow, maybe now. Read yourself a bedtime story, or just gently shut down the day and come back to this beautiful meditation. So know that you will have a wonderful sleep tonight. Know that you'll feel rejuvenated when you wake up in the morning. And make a little goal to set the time in the morning you want to wake up. And just tell your brain, I'll get up at whatever time with a smile on my face. I'll thank my bed for giving me such a wonderful sleep. Prayers and hopes that we all have a bed. And I can imagine you all have a beautiful crystal bed that you're sleeping on now, your spaceship. And then we're gently going to float back into the here and now and just gently close our class. So wherever you are, You can just stay how you be. If you like, you can bring the hands together at your heart. You might gently float your hands up to your third eye. And in Anjali or Angel Mudra, we gently dedicate the merits of our class to all sentient beings. May all beings be relieved of their suffering, and may we dwell together with fruitfulness and harmony. The light in me greatly honors and sees the light in you. Namaste and good night.
Oh, you're still here? Good night.